Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. You see the thumbnail. What are we talking about today, Dash? We're talking about players that I would extend. Like, you know what? I think these guys have done enough that the New York Giants could possibly extend them right now. Now, we already know. We don't need to extend anybody for money purposes. I don't see anybody that's coming up in the 2026 free agency class that, warrants something to happen right now, like it got to happen right now in order to save money. I don't think that's not the case of what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about players that you want to get out of the way. You don't even want these guys to possibly get to free agency because somebody might try to steal them or might want to offer them some more money. That's what I mean when I'm saying this. And guess what? The New York Giants, as far as the players go that fit that criteria, not a lot of guys that fit that criteria, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Before we get into this video, though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you are a New York Giants fan, if you are a New York Giants fanatic and you're not subscribed to this channel, shame on you. Shame on you, but guess what? You can fix that by hitting that subscribe button right now. Go ahead and hit that like button while you're at it. But I just want to talk about a couple of players. So just looking at the list, I went on Spotrac and I saw the 2026 free agents. And I'm not going to list them all because there's way more people on that list than I'm going to talk about in this video. But I'm just going to rattle off some of the names so you guys know. You got Russell Wilson, Jermaine Illuminor, Wan'Dale Robinson, Micah McFadden, Cordell Flott, Daniel Bellinger, Dane Belton, Evan Neal, Greg Van Roten, and Chris Manhertz. These guys are not making a lot of money. The biggest hit right now is Russell Wilson making 10.5. After that, you got Jermaine Illuminor making $7 million. And then after that, you got Evan Neal making like $6.1 million. Guys like Wan'Dale Robinson, he's only making $2 million this year. Micah McFadden, $1 million. Cordell Flott, $1.3 million. And I'm not adding in some of these guys get player bonuses, so you can add on some more money on top of that. Like a guy like Daniel Bellinger is going to get more money than that. Cordell Flott's going to get more money than that. Dane Belton might be able to get more than that. I haven't really checked those numbers, but that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is who on this list do I want to remain a Giant? Who on this list that I see has a future with the New York Giants? Or, as far as the fan base goes, you know what? I want this guy on my team still. I like the trajectory this guy is on, or the guy's valuable depth, or this guy could possibly be a starter. Let's go ahead and keep this guy a New York Giant. And when you're thinking about it, I'm sitting here like, one of the main things or the main names on this list for me is Jermaine Illuminor. Now, we saw it in Hard Knocks. The Giants offered Jermaine Illuminor a 3-year deal. He wanted to take a 2-year deal. Smart on his case because he wanted to get another contract after that one. Again, he was a kind of a journeyman. Really wasn't breaking the bank, getting signed anywhere. Had some good years with the Raiders. New York Giants offered him some good money. Now he has a chance to re-up again. And if I'm the New York Giants, I'm sitting here with the guy's 29 years old, about to be 30 years old. Still can play at a decent level, solid level, I should say. Not even a decent level. He's a solid starter. Not breaking the bank right now as it is. To me, it's just smart to keep him on the roster. Let him retire as a New York Giant. Yes, you got Marcus Bowe. You picked him up. He can be the future right tackle, but Illuminor right now is the right tackle. He also gives you good versatility. He can play the guard spot as well. So if Bowe ends up being the guy that you want to start at right tackle, you just go ahead and shift Jermaine Illuminor inside at either guard spot, depending on what's going on with that. Hopefully we're able to address the guards before, Jermaine has to move into something like that. But right now, Jermaine Illuminor, I would extend him today, like right now. I would throw another 2 years on top of the contract that he has right now. Gives us enough time to develop a guy like Jake Kubas, develop like a guy like Marcus Bowe, address the offensive line in the draft for the future as well. It gives you enough time to work on the future, moving forward past 2026, 2027. It gives you that time to develop this offensive line while you still have solid pieces of an offensive line in the building. And again, he gives you also the extra value. Andrew Thomas can't stay healthy all the time. We're praying that he does stay healthy. But when Andrew Thomas went down, who slid into that left tackle spot? Jermaine Illuminor. So for me, I'm sitting back like, yeah, Jermaine Illuminor is a guy that I got to get done right now. The next guy on the list, well, first of all, let me know how you guys feel about that. Let me know what you feel about Jermaine Illuminor. Would you get him an extension right now, or would you wait? Again, I don't think anybody has to get signed right now. This is more like a want. I want to get it done so I don't have to think about it anymore. And it could just be me as a Giant fan being paranoid. If I got anybody on this offensive line that is solid, I want to keep him here because we've been struggling when it comes to the offensive line and the offensive line play. So outside of that, the next guy on my list that I would sign right now, I would extend Micah McFadden. I would extend Micah McFadden right now because you know what? I feel like his constant improvement is something that who knows what we get from him this year. He might take it to a Pro Bowl level. He's always in the right spot now. Has some issues finishing the plays in some cases, but his tackles have gone up. He's averaging over 100 tackles over the past 2 seasons. And it's just like, I see the value in Micah McFadden. I see him getting better every year. If he goes out this year and has like a fantastic season, the price is going up. The price is going up. So for me, the whole deal with extending Micah McFadden is I really think he's going to be better than what he was the last 2 years. I expect him to be a lot better because of 2 reasons. I'm going to be able to stop the run. The front is better, and he'll be able to move even more freely. Run and chase, tackling, he'll be able to do that. I just need him to finish. But for me, it's like right now you can get Micah McFadden for like a good price, like a really good, friendly price. If he has one of those fantastic seasons in the contract year, who knows how much more money he's going to cost you. So for me, the sole reason for me saying, yeah, I would extend Micah McFadden right now, because I think right now he's going to be cheaper than what he's going to be at the end of the 2025 season. That could be me saying I got high hopes for the New York Giants defense, but I'm just saying for me, Micah McFadden right now, the re-up is going to be a lot cheaper. The price now is going to be a lot cheaper than what it's going to be, at the end of the season. Again, that's my opinion. Let me know how you guys feel about that. I'm curious to see what you guys, see how you guys feel about Micah McFadden. Are you on the same wavelength as me as far as I see this guy improving, steadily improving, averaging over 100 tackles, consistent in that in those categories. If he takes another leap, another year in this new system, I expect some growth, just like we saw growth from year 1 to year 2 in Wink system, from year 3 to year 4 in Bowen system. Hopefully we see that same type of improvement. And if that's the case, he can be knocking on the door as a Pro Bowler, depending on what happens. And so that ends that list as far as guys that I would extend right now. Some guys that I see that still have a future with the New York Giants that I don't feel like I need to rush and try to extend them. Number 1 on that list is going to be Wan'Dale Robinson. We're still waiting to see what Wan'Dale Robinson can be. We finally got what we hope to have is solid, more consistent quarterback play, better quarterback play, and are we going to get better results from Wan'Dale Robinson? Now, obviously, they handpicked Wan'Dale Robinson. They picked him in the 2nd round in 2022 over guys like George Pickens that were still on the board, more traditional sized, wideouts. They handpicked Wan'Dale Robinson for a reason. They wanted him to be the gadget guy, the slot guy, the guy that they can, move around and play the board like a chess piece. We haven't seen that yet. So for me, and again, we haven't seen that. It could be Wan'Dale Robinson being limited because of either injuries or just the size of Wan'Dale Robinson. Or was it just a quarterback play, getting the ball in stride, being able to optimize how much yak you can get, after the catch. So for me, I'm pumping the brakes on Wan'Dale Robinson. If he comes out on fire this season, or maybe think about it at the bye week of getting his deal done or extended. But at that time, our bye week is so late into the year, you might as well wait for the rest of the, wait for free agency. Plus, also, there's no time where you can't re-sign your own player. So for me, Wan'Dale Robinson is on that list. And then also Cordell Flott. Cordell Flott is a guy that, for me, he's quality depth. You don't picture him as a starter. Nobody was thinking about him being a starter in this situation that we're in right now. Last year, there was, a point in time where a lot of people said, who's going to be the starter next to Tay Banks? And a lot of people were saying, okay, we got Cordell Flott, but we still weren't, happy with that. So for me, Cordell Flott has that versatility. You can play him at inside, you can play him outside at cornerback. And he's going to be the first guy off the bench in any situation that we have going on this year. He's just that good or that valuable of a piece that the New York Giants have as far as a depth cornerback. So for me, Cordell Flott, I think he remains a New York Giant. He's definitely not going to break the bank. I don't think he's going to get enough snaps this year to warrant a lot of money, or more than what I guess the market is for him right now. But again, I hope for the best. I always want to see these guys, do good. And but Cordell Flott is another guy that I see having the future with the New York Giants beyond his contract ending in 2026. And then the last guy I want to talk about is a guy that's constantly like in limbo, but I do see him as a future New York Giant, or to remain a New York Giant, and that's Dane Belton. When you look at the safety spot, obviously we know who the starters are going to be. We got Holland, we just drafted Nubin, and then you have Dane Belton right behind those two. And Dane Belton is obviously going to be the first safety off of the bench. We have picked up some guys that are UDFAs, and we have a whole OTAs need to finish up, mini camp, training camp, all that stuff needs to finish up, and we'll have a better idea of who or how that safety room is going to shape out. But for right now, it's Dane Belton, and then after that, it's nothing. So for me, Dane Belton has flashed enough to be a quality depth safety. You keep him in the system, he'll constantly improve, and you can start to trust Dane Belton as far as for his role. You're not trusting him to be a starter, but you're trusting them to come in a reserve role and still be able to make plays. And for me, Dane Belton, I believe, has a future with the New York Giants beyond his contract ending, in 2026. But just think about some of these other names, man. You got Evan Neal. Who knows what's going to happen with Evan Neal? We didn't pick up his 5th-year option. This is his first time playing guard in the NFL. We have to see what's going on. Right now, he's not even marked as a with the ones, so he has to earn his spot to even be a starter, and who knows if he can even do that. He needs to beat out Greg Van Roten, and Greg Van Roten is another guy on this list who we re-signed for 1 year. He's an older guy. Depending on how he looks this year, do we bring him back as well? I don't know, but the names, the 4 guys that I mentioned, or the 5 guys that I mentioned, those are the guys I see as future New York Giants beyond 2026, whose contracts are up in 2026. So I want to know how you guys feel about that. Let me know what you guys think. If I left somebody off the list that you definitely want to see with the Giants in 2026, please put that in the comment section down below, and we can talk about those things. And I'll get to that for sure. But that's going to be my video. I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And for one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dad Schnoes, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.